Absolutely delighted to introduce the next segment of our agenda, which is our Parent Support Champions. Our Parent Support Champions are either existing practitioners within Tusla or within our partner agencies. We're obviously working incredibly hard in relation to the development and support of the parenting strategy. So I am absolutely delighted to welcome 5 of our Parent Support Champions who will be sharing their concept of the journey so far. So we have Alice Malone, Frances O'Reilly, Ciara Terrell, Patricia Lee and Trish McLaughlin. And obviously just want to also note a special thanks to Darren Ford, the Parent Support Champion, on his work in relation to the presentation for the conference today. So I'll hand you over.
Hi everybody, my name is Frances and I'm a family support worker working in Westmeath. I work in the PPFS within Tusla and cover the 4 counties. I also sit on the SIPC subgroup on the education. So when I walked into the room earlier, there was nobody in the room. It looks a lot different now. And Lisa asked me if I was nervous. I said no, but I just want to retract that now, as we say in work sometimes. But anyway, so we let it off then.
Okay, so I'm Trish McLaughlin. I'm Regional Manager with LifeStart Parenting Support Programme in Leitrim, Sligo and West Cavan. We deliver the LifeStart Growing Child Programme to about 500 families, and just on John Sherry's note of engagement, we have 7 full-time staff, so 500 families receive the programme every month. I'm also a member of the Sligo Leitrim Children and Young People Services Committee and sit on a number of their working groups.
So my name is Patricia Lee and I manage a service called Parent Stop, which is a County Donegal parent support service. We're a charity within the community and voluntary sector. I'm also a fairly active partner and there from the early stages of the Parent Hub in Donegal, which has brought together all the different players that are involved with families and children and parents to try to join us up and join us together so that we can offer a relatively seamless service for parents.
My name is Ciara Terrell. I work for COPE Galway in the west in Galway City. COPE cover a number of areas with homelessness, older people services, and I work in the domestic violence and abuse services. I work with women and their children.
My name is Alice Malone and I am the Quality Assurance Coordinator with the Genesis Programme, which is the area-based childhood programme in County Louth. And my responsibility there is to coordinate the evaluation, and I'm a trained peer coach in the Incredible Years programme.
So the Parenting Support Champions project is an initiative to bring together practitioners who are already involved with parenting and family support. The project has the aim of promoting and supporting parenting and the implementation of the parenting support strategy within Tusla and partner agencies and organisations. So Parenting Support Champions learning groups are fellowships of practitioners representing clusters of champions within the Tusla regional areas.
Okay, so in September, in early 2016, as part of the implementation of the parenting support strategy, Tusla sought volunteers to become parent support champions in the area. The volunteers are practitioners that are already working within Tusla, the HSE and the partner organisations with a remit for supporting parents. These practitioners have an interest in and experience of parenting, evidence-informed and evidence-based programmes and facilitation skills. While it's recognised that there are many practitioners working with children and families that already have a role as parent support champion, the project represents an opportunity to carry out that work within a national framework of integrated service provision with benefits accruing through participation in training and network opportunities. This aligns with some of the key strategic objectives of Tusla, including the development of the workforce that is valued and supported within a learning organisation.
We, as practitioners, felt intrigued and enthusiastic about a joined-up approach to parenting support and working collaboratively with parents and other agencies.
We also felt unclear about what the impact that we would have on the project and how our participation in this project might impact our day-to-day work. There were a variety of questions to be asked. Will this mean additional work being one of them? What is my particular role as a parenting support champion? Who are the other parenting support champions then in my own area?
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Applications were accepted from 104 parenting support champions And 104 parent sport champions were identified nationally, with each region having an equal representation of Tusla, partner, community and voluntary practitioners.
We're excited about this opportunity to participate in something that is new and something that is innovative.
We're in, and it's good to know that my involvement in this project is endorsed by our line managers.
And so, the journey begins.
So initially there were 4 regional induction days, and the aim of these days was to induct the parent sport champions into their role. And their learning outcomes included linking with other parent sport champions. So it was our first opportunity to come together in the regions to meet the other parent sport champions, reviewing the background and context for the parent sport champion learning communities, and discussion of the learning themes and parenting 24/7. So the role of parent sport champions can be explained in 1 line, 7 words and 18 pages. So the 1 line, energise, empathise and empower. 7 words, promoting and sharing parenting information and support. And the 18 pages, the original 18-page document, which gives a comprehensive picture of the role of the parent sport champions, including frequently asked questions.
So as champions arriving at our induction day, we're looking forward to it. It could be a good chance to network with other professionals who support parenting. We're interested in hearing all about the valuable work that's happening throughout the country. It is a fantastic opportunity to hear about evidence-based parenting support programs and how we can engage seldom heard parents in particular in such programs.
There were lots of familiar faces, but really lots of new faces when we all got together. I'm hopeful that new learning will happen as a result of the Parenting Support Champions project. During the day, Parenting Support Champions formed in local groups, and this was an interesting exercise as it promoted working collaboratively and highlighted the variety of practitioners and skill sets that are now in the realm of Parenting Support Champions, particularly those who we didn't realise were in our own localities.
Following the induction days, some parenting support champions returned to their workplace and shared their learning with colleagues and managers, highlighting their new role as parenting support champions. Others were still somewhat unclear at this point. One said, "I probably won't do anything differently as a result of the induction event. However, I'm looking forward to further networking and training through the Parenting Support Champions project." The journey continues.
So an invitation was then sent out to all the parent sport champions to attend a training day on the Parenting 24/7. So there was 4 dates nationally, and we were given the option of where we wanted to attend. The purpose of the training session was to enable participants to share the first 7 general messages in Parenting 24/7 in a meaningful way with parents and other practitioners. Each participant was given a Parenting 24/7 resource pack, which is very useful, and an opportunity to sample activities from the pack on the day.
The Parenting Support Champions are feeling positive to have a resource pack with great worksheets and a group session and on group session resources. That these can be shared with their team and used in parenting sessions when they're back at base.
I'm happy that being part of the project will enhance my work, but also somewhat concerned as much of the content to date was familiar. It's great to have consistent messages and toolkit, positive and national developments being fed to the local level. This toolkit has many activities and exercises that will actually help us in our work.
Parenting Support Champions took the opportunity at the end of the day to identify what they will do with the new resource pack. One said, "I will share this information on key messages with other professionals locally, such as the Child and Family Support Network Coordinator." Another wrote, "There were great worksheets and resources that I will use in my parenting sessions with parents." The journey creates opportunities.
So a national planning and networking event took place in Dublin in the City West Hotel on 8th of December last year. And the aim of the day was to give the Parent Sport Champions an opportunity to collaborate on the development of the Parent Sport Champions project. So the objectives were to collaborate on the development of the project, be informed of the NUAG Child and Family Research Centre, research for the Parenting Sport Champions project and parenting workstream, to engage in peer networking opportunities with fellow Parenting Sport Champions and PPFS colleagues, and be informed of the framework for promoting the practice of parental participation at local, regional and national level.
At that, we were informed of the national priorities and the research plan. We learned a considerable amount of information from the people in our group who are doing different work than we are doing, but who it may be possible to link with and to provide positive outcomes for parents into the future. I think there is a disconnect between Parenting Support Champions internal to Tusla and those who are external. One of the champions said, internal Tuslas felt more ownership and had more of a connect within PPFS locally than I had. It was very useful to have a discussion exercise to allow parent support champions space to name their concerns and talk openly about how the process was going.
Lots of written information and a project plan which helped kind of clarify the plan going forward for us all, motivated by a keynote speaker, a fellow parenting support champion. It highlighted one of the 7 general messages that parents need good social networks, particularly when programmes come to an end. A feel-good day, feeling positive to be part of something bigger.
Having attended the National Networking and Planning Day, parenting support champions shared information and presentations on social media. They also shared their experience to date at a parenting hub meeting and discussed plans for dissemination of the parenting support strategy and key messages at local level. Following the National Networking and Planning Day, one area identified a need for the Partnership Prevention and Family Support subgroup of the Children and Young People Services Committee to learn about the parenting support champion's role, to ensure collaboration in parenting supports moving forward. The parenting support champions completed presentations with the Partnership Prevention and Family Support subgroup. The presentations highlighted the Parenting Participation Toolkit, Parenting 24/7 resource pack and information. 2 parent focus groups were facilitated by a parenting support champion and workforce learning and development to gather parents' views on the Parenting 24/7 website. The focus groups also informed our thinking on where and how parents access parenting support. The journey creates collaboration.
So earlier this year we were brought together to attend a training session with Una Lynch on attachment in the context of empathise, energise and empower. It's delivered in 4 areas again. And the training, although most of us working with children and families have done a lot of this stuff before, it was really beneficial. We did attachment, empathy and attachment, infant mental health and wellbeing, parenting and attachment, overcoming challenges to attachment, parent support champions, empowering and energising parents.
Overall, there have been great resources provided, including a practical way to use the My World triangle as a means of exploring the influences on attachment. One parenting support champion said it was excellent training, having choice of venues and dates made the training easier to access. We were provided with a USB stick and lots of additional material on it, supporting videos, which we will definitely be able to use when we're back at base and when we're working with parents.
It highlighted the importance of understanding children's needs and how crucial the first 2 years of life are in relation to infant mental health. I've been reflecting on the importance of early intervention with parents, also the parenting styles and the implication of parents' own experience of parenting and the effect it had on their own children. And as one parenting support champion said, I really feel validated in my core values, beliefs and approaches in my work. The attachment topic is a fascinating area. We had great discussions on the day looking at challenges that parents face in interacting with their children.
Parenting support champions have shared the learning from the attachment training with their own teams and carried out the parenting styles activity with parent facilitators of parent programmes in their own areas. The journey provides insight and time for reflection.
So 5 regional learning groups met throughout Ireland in early May 2017. This was the first step in developing parenting learning communities. These groups are a community of practice which can be defined as a space where a group of people can come together to share their experiences and knowledge in creative ways that foster new and improved approaches to delivering services and programmes. The regional learning group will meet biannually and they aim to create opportunities for learning through peer engagement, supporting parenting and attendance and training and networking events. The group aim to develop the skills of individual members and local, regional and national groups to disseminate key messages on parenting. They provide an opportunity for sharing and promoting resources and information relevant to parenting. Moving forward, the groups will facilitate meaningful engagement with parents through parental participation initiatives, including parenting learning communities. This is all part of recognising best practice in parenting support, sharing it and modelling it with reference to existing guiding documents.
On that day, we each separated into our local area-based subgroups and we discussed many issues, including a strategic plan for parenting support, the range of services for parents, gaps identified, parenting participation and evaluation. there was a variance of opinion on the day. For example, this day was one of the most useful so far. I came away from the group feeling really energised and enthused in relation to the work that's going on in our own area, but also hearing about the support and that's happening in other areas and how this can be replicated by us as parenting support champions. I found there was a lot to be gained and listened to other people's experiences and sharing what was happening in their areas. I would have possibly felt not a lot was happening, but in listening to it in the larger group, it's evidence that there is a lot going on across the country.
There was a certain tension from staff within and outside Tusla who have very different views in relation to strategic planning at a local level. If there is strategic planning going on in relation to parenting support within Tusla, then I, as a parenting support champion, am not involved and am not aware of any plan.
One parenting support champion stated, I also got some ideas on what I could bring back to my own area. For example, sharing information through newsletters and in schools. As a result, the parenting support champions in our area have now agreed a date to meet and are hoping, through our local Children and Young People Services Committee, to introduce some of the ideas and initiatives being used to support parents in other areas and to implement them locally. The journey has potential to bring us somewhere wonderful.
Now I'm just going to read a poem. So, with the ink barely dry, but the cheque secure, the investment in families was on for sure. The ideas were flowing on how to proceed. Support for all families was universally agreed. Help will be needed to lead and succeed, identify strengths, the gaps and the needs. Let's call them champions, for there will be winners indeed, who will commit to ensure this project succeeds. Scan the nation far and wide, look up and look down and from side to side. Off they set, keyboard in hand, with the aid of emails they searched the land. While Orla, Lisa, Nicola and co. started making plans for running the show. Down they sat and scratched their head, what's the message that needs to be led? 50 key messages that parents need, support through childhood and easy to read. Just keep it simple, don't reinvent the wheel, but it's got to be exciting and it's got to be real. Let's ply them with coffee and cakes galore, and just for good measure, double lock the door. Evidence-based and well-informed, the champions met, explored and brainstormed. Urban and rural service unite to confirming the message and delivery is right. Creating the networks, advising the top, ensuing project is cream of the crop. We are the champions, that's what they say, leading the nation and lighting the way. Our mission is clear and our journey begun, supporting families united as one. The reflections presented today are a mere snapshot of some of the experiences of parenting support champions to date as we journey into the unknown. This is a new and innovative project developed here in the Irish context based on the power of positive relationships and partnership working. The potential of the Parenting Support Champions project is indeed vast. While the journey into this new territory may be a challenging one, it's also a journey of continuous learning for all those involved. The success of this project in supporting the implementation of version 2, the working learning. Tusla's parenting support strategy will highlight the effectiveness of using this approach through working collaboratively with the key stakeholders as a result of the actions of my fellow parenting support champions. Parents will be informed of key parenting messages and know how to access and share these messages easily. Parents are aware of parenting supports in their areas and feel empowered through participation and engagement with these services and in regional learning communities. Their children are receiving the best possible support from those in a parenting role and have an increased sense of connection, belonging and participation within communities, while remaining safe and protected from harm. And finally, in the words of Nelson Mandela, Action without vision is only passing time. Vision without action is merely dreaming. But vision with action can change the world. Thank you.